Established in 1719 outside of Dunbar, Scotland, Belhaven is now the oldest surviving brewery in Scotland. While it is now owned by Green King, Belhaven has control of its brewery and brands, including the Belhaven Scottish Ale. As the Scottish Ale is one of the company's flagship beers, how does it hold up against other in its category? Find out now on Two Dudes Reviews. What up, guys? Yeah, today we're getting into the Belhaven Scottish Ale Draft. And there's two different versions of this. You can get the non-draft or that. And that's kind of why I went with the can, because I think the bottle is just a regular. And I enjoy a good nitro infusion. And so figured let's give this one a whirl. You know, it's an ale, not a stout. So let's see how this thing goes. Now, I have had Belhaven previously in the past. It's been probably a couple years at least since I've had it. So still taking it fresh. But come on, how do you not just love that? I wish more beers were made with the nitro infusion, but at least the right beers. I'm talking to you, Guinness Nitro IPA. I think it's terrible, but all right. It looks like it's pretty much settled. So let's get into the review and check out the aroma smell. Of course, with such a creamy head, it is a bit harder to get into the all that. It's kind of like a shield blocking you from it. You get, you don't get much of an aroma from it because of this. I'm sure if you went just straight Belhaven Scottish Ale, you'd get a much more pungent aroma. But this, you get nothing really. You're pretty much just smelling just the cream head. Basically, that's all the aroma I'm getting. So I almost have to go with this out of a blind faith. So I'm going to say I do like the smell. I generally like the smell of a nice creamy head on a drop. But so yeah, I'm just going to go blind faith basically and say I recommend it on aroma. But alright, let's get into the taste. Oh yeah, that's good. So of course, naturally, the first thing you get is that initial cream flavor to it. But it has almost a red ale kind of bit to it. You have a little hint of barley in the back end. A nice, it's not bitter at all. It's got a nice, but it's got a nice almost, well, I take that back. It's almost got a nice oak aged chocolate thing going on, with the dark chocolate. It's got a hint of bitter, but not hoppy bitterness, more dark chocolate bitterness to it. Yeah, that's almost like it is kind of, you have this milky cream to it, and then you get into it, it kind of melds real nice into this this bitter dark chocolate, not super bitter, but this subtle dark chocolate thing, and then you got the barleyness to it, and it really blends very, very nicely. It is that. I kind of wish I had the non-nitro next so I could compare the two, but I really enjoy this one. Let's go with one more sip. There's almost a subtle hint of a sweetness to it, just a subtle hint, almost like one of those, you know, those chocolate oranges. I don't know, do they still make those where you kind of crack it on the table and it splits apart like an orange, or was that more of like a '90s thing? I can't remember. But anyways, if you know what the heck I'm talking about, it has almost like a very subtle zest of something in there. There's a little hint of sweetness. It could just be the nitro kind of getting it all mixed up nicely, but I swear there's a little hint of something sweet in there, which goes. If you take a little hint of something sweet with a dark chocolate and like you got the milkiness to it, I think it's great. And so I'm gonna recommend it 2 big thumbs up on the flavor and on taste. And so all right, next is value for price. Now you're not really gonna get any Scottish beers for super cheap, but you're also not really gonna spend like a crazy amount on these Scottish beers either. They're kind of they're you know the same category as your British beer. They're not super cheap, but they're not super expensive either. You're gonna spend if you got one of these by itself, you're probably gonna spend between $4 and $6 depending on where you get it. I believe you can get a 6-pack of these, which is I think the pint size. It's about 14.9 fluid ounces, so a little under a pint. But I believe you can get a 6-pack of that for like $15. You know what? That's not terrible. Not great, but not terrible. But honestly, for the quality of the beer, for the amount you get, I'm gonna recommend it for price, just because it's not crazy expensive. And heck, go with the 6-pack. You'll enjoy it. Go with the nitro infusion. I definitely recommend it. But all right, so I recommend it on value price. And now, all right, distinction. How distinct is it from other Scottish ales? Well, I mean, you got the nitro infusion, so that's one thing. I don't know how many other Scottish ales are nitro infused. I don't think there's a whole lot of them. You know, it's got the actually. All right, it doesn't have the widget. I thought it would have like the little ball thing going on, so it doesn't have that. So never mind. But it is the nitro infusion will set it apart, and the nitro infusion works with this beer. Nitro is a good thing when it goes well with that particular style, and so that makes it distinct right off the bat. I mean, a lot of Irish ales almost start to go towards like a red, so almost more toward, you know, the line becomes very fuzzy between Scottish and Irish ale. But this one is definitely different. And so with all that, because of all that, I'm going to say yes, recommend it on distinction. And next, drinkability. Could I drink multiple of these in a row? Of course, you know, it is almost 15 ounces of just one, but oh yeah, you could definitely drink more than one of these. It's not super heavy. You know, for people that don't like the stouts, like a Guinness or something, even, you know, more, it's not as heavy as something like that. It's not super bitter. So if you're not into like the bitter IPA kind of things, it's not like that. It's really just a nice, refreshing ale, and it kind of, if you're not into the heavy barley flavor, that you don't have that either. It's kind of just the perfect medium for, I'm just going to kick back. Maybe I'll open one, maybe I'll open all 6, who knows, but you just kind of let it go and see where it takes you. And because of that, I'm going to recommend it for drinkability. And last category is, would I buy it again? And yes, I would. I think this is definitely one of the better nitro infusion beers that I've had. It might be the best nitro infusion that's not a stout, because throwing out a number, I'm going to say probably 85% of the nitro beers you find are stouts. Either that, and then probably another 10% is nitro beers that probably shouldn't be nitro. It's more gimmicky than anything else. This is probably that small category of non-stout nitro infusion that works, and I think that's fantastic. And so yes, it's distinct, it's different, it's something that you could just kind of enjoy, especially really nice kind of fallish kind of beer when almost fall into winter, where you're not quite ready for those heavier winter beers and you're working your way into it. Absolutely. This one, I dig it. And so I will be buying this again. I'll be getting a couple 6-packs in a little bit. But, so anyways, I gave it the old thumbs up on every single category, which means it gets the Two Dudes official stamp of approval. And so, all right, if you've had the Belhaven Scottish Ale, the nitro infusion or not, let me know. I'd love to, see what you think about it in the comments. If there are other Scottish beers or any other kind of beer in general you want me to check out, let me know in the comments as well. Again, love to know. Please like and subscribe. We got more beer reviews coming up. We got our top 10s, which are actually by far our most popular videos, but yeah, check those out. We got new ones coming up. And yeah, feel free to shoot us a question if you want on Twitter at 2Dudes Podcast. You can send me an email at 2dudesin6pack@gmail.com. We have a pretty killer podcast, 2 Dudes in a 6-Pack. You can find it on iTunes or everything else. There's a link down to the iTunes in the bottom. If you want to rock out with this sweet Admiral Ackbar Retro Top t-shirt, we got another link in the bottom too, so check it out as well. And I think that's about it. So for me and Mr. Belhaven Scottish Ale Drop, take it easy.